Okay. So in the yesterday's session, we have started with your microservice architecture. We have started actually. So before that, we have discussed about the monolithic architecture. So what does monolithic architecture means?
All services in single application. Total application is divided into small.
No, I'm asking monolithic architecture. What is monolithic architecture?
All
It's single software.
All the services are combined into a single application and we are going to combine it. So that is called monolithic architecture. But there are so many drawbacks in the case of your monolithic architecture. So for that purpose only, we went for an architecture called microservice architecture actually. And in the case of your microservice architecture, the huge application will be divided into small modules actually. Okay, small services or modules, and each one will be communicating with each other with your REST API or messaging concept will be communicating actually. And this microservice will always create what type of application it will be creating?
Loosely coupled application.
Loosely coupled application. Okay, loosely coupled application actually. And with the help of microservices, I can able to divide the services, and each services will be developed by a separate
Team members.
and it will be deployed separately also. Okay, it will be deployed separately also. If one service goes down also, we are not going to bother about the
Entire application.
application. We are not going to shut down your entire application actually. And each services is responsible for its own data. Okay. So the internal implementation of the other services need not to be understood by the other services actually. And with the help of your microservices, we can able to write different services in a different languages actually. So yesterday first we started with a component called as your service registry or service discovery actually. So whenever you are going to create any client microservices, all those client microservices has to be registered somewhere actually. So that is we call to be a
Service registry.
service registry actually. And we have different type of service registries are available. What are the different types we have? And in order to enable or in order to indicate that application is your under server application, you have to provide an annotation called as your @.
Enable Eureka server.
Okay, enable Eureka server. And what dependency you have to provide?
Eureka
Server dependency you have to provide. Okay, Eureka server dependency you have to provide actually. Okay, and that we created in your account producer application actually. And what is the default port number of your Eureka server? Actually, but in our case, we created the port number is 1111 port number. So whenever you give a localhost colon 1111, what it will open? Open your Eureka dashboard, it will be opening actually. And the second application we created is your account consumer application. So this account consumer application is one of our client microservices. And what is the purpose of this application will be?
Communicate with
Database. Okay, it is just going to communicate with your database. And how you indicate it is a client application with the help of an annotation called enable Eureka client, or I can go for enable actually. Okay, discovery client. So Eureka client means if my service registry is only Eureka, then you have to define an annotation called enable Eureka client actually. But if my service registry is either Eureka, Consul or Zookeeper, then you can able to define an annotation called enable discovery client actually. Okay, enable discovery client actually. And in my application.properties file, okay, and as I already told before, whenever you create any client microservices, the client microservices is going to be registered on your Eureka dashboard actually. So what it will be registering actually?
The application name.
Application name it will be registering actually. So for that purpose, so it won't register your project name, it won't be registering. It will be registering only the application name, it will be registering actually. So for that purpose, in your application.properties file, you have to give what property we have to give?
application
Application.
Account-consumer actually. Okay. And the next property is that I know that my Eureka server is running locally actually. But how my client knows that my Eureka server is running locally? So for that purpose, what property you have to configure?
Eureka.client.service
default zone is equal to localhost colon 1111/Eureka. So you have to give the path of your Eureka server actually. And whenever you are going to start your account consumer application, that particular application will be registered in your dashboard. Okay, it will be registered in your dashboard actually. Okay, so now we are going to create, in today's session, we are going to create your third microservice we are going to create it. Okay, the third client microservices we are going to create it. And what is the purpose of this third microservice we are going to create now? And here we are going to use your JSP, I'm going to use it. So if I use my JSP now, it will act as which end it will be acting?
Front end.
Yeah, it will be acting like a front end, it will be acting actually. So the user and all is going to give the input in my JSP pages, and that input and all has to be stored inside my database actually. But we are not going to write any database logic in this particular microservices, where all my database logic and all is present. So which application all my database logic and all is present. Consumer application actually. So now what I'm going to do now? I'm going to communicate from my third microservices to my
Consumer.
microservices in order to communicate with the database. Okay. So the third microservice which I'm going to create it is just going to act like a
Front end.
front end. Okay, it's just going to act like it is also a client microservices only. I'm going to register in my Eureka dashboard. I'm going to register, but it is just going to act like a front end. It will be acting. So I'm going to give all the input. Whatever the input I'm going to give, everything it is going to be stored inside the databases using the which microservice? Consumer microservice actually. So clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
So share your screen, Vaibhav.
Okay.
So now everyone go to your, yesterday we created your account consumer application we created, and the purpose of your account consumer application is that it will be communicating with the database, it will be communicating actually. So what table it will be created?
Account table.
Yes, okay, created a table called account table. Now everyone go to your database, and what database we are using?
MySQL.
So use your JPA database and select and check whether the table account is created. Use your JPA and check whether the table account is created. Show tables and check whether the table account is created.
Yes, sir.
Yes, because it is an empty set because we didn't insert anything, but the table account will be created. Okay, the table account will be created because your what is that account consumer application is going to communicate with your database actually. So whenever you start your account consumer application, it was automatically creating a table called account table. So everyone account table is created.
Yes, sir.
So yeah. Sir, the SQL client is not opening in my system. I tried to open from morning, it is not opening. Is there any problem?
Open your workbench and see.
I don't
Run your account producer. Maximize your console. See what error it was saying. No, now default FAULT. Now terminate both your application and start it. Terminate both your application. First save the program. Terminate both your application.
Sir, create
Check
it.
the table.
Yes, sir.
Table. Whether account table is created. Use JPA and then use show tables. Show tables.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sorry.
Account consumer application will just communicate with your database actually. So it created a table called as your account table. It has been created actually. So now we are going to create your third application. We are going to create it. So the third application is just it's going to act like a front end, and from this application we are going to communicate with your
Database.
through what application we are going to communicate it? Account consumer application. Okay, we are going to communicate using your account consumer. Okay. So now everyone go to your Spring initializer. Go to your Spring initializer. Okay, so give the group name as com.pack and give your artifact as your account web client. Account web client. Account web client. So come down. So as I already told before, this is going to act like a it's going to act like a front end. So if I'm going to use front end, now what page I'm going to use it? JSP. So what type of packaging it would be? Okay, so make sure you're going to select your var packaging, and the Java you can select your own Java. So now go to the dependency part. So in the dependency part, first it is going to act like a client. So what dependency you have to provide? Eureka client. Okay, select your Eureka client. Eureka discovery client selected. Second one, I want to give the request and all. I want to give it. So which program will handle the request and all?
Controller.
So for controller program, what dependency you have to provide?
Web
dependency. So select your web dependency. Select your web dependency. Web dependency. Okay. So now everyone generate your project, extract it and import it. Don't give nvn install, just extract and import it. Everyone generate your project, extract and import it. Don't give nvn install at all, just extract and import it. Just extract and import it. Don't give nvn clean install. Extract and import it.
Done, sir.
Imported everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, open your form.xml file. Open your form.xml file. Open your form.xml file. So in your form.xml file, you can able to see two dependencies. You can see one is your Netflix Eureka client, and another dependency is equal to be a web dependency. Okay, web dependency. And web by default will be running with your Tomcat server, so you will see your started Tomcat also you can see. But now, as I already told before, this application is going to act like a front end, and where we are going to do the input, where we are going to do the input and all. JSP page. And as I already told before, does my Tomcat understand JSP page?
No.
No, sir.
You have to provide what are the two dependencies you have to provide?
Jasper and JSP.
Tomcat Ember Jasper, and another one is
JSP.
maybe from the previous project, copy the Tomcat Ember Jasper and the JSQL dependency and paste it. Copy from the previous project. The last project we created, no, maybe under the pet project also, the case study also you have defined that one only. So copy the two dependency called as your Tomcat Ember Jasper and JSP dependency, JSTL dependency. JSTL dependency. Tomcat Ember Jasper as well as your JSTL dependency. Tomcat Ember Jasper as well as your JSTL dependency. Have you pasted, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next one. Since it is a JSP page, whenever if I try to give any input now, without giving input, if I try to click the button now, what it has to show?
Validation.
What it will show? What it will show?
Error
Error message. So for that purpose, what I have to do?
Validation.
Validation actually. And in order to do validation, what are the two dependencies we have added previously?
Validation.
Java X validation. Another one is Hibernate. Hyphen.
Validation.
Okay, but don't paste this one. Instead of pasting this two dependency, okay, instead of pasting this two dependency, in the case of your Spring Boot, you can paste it actually. But right now we are not using Spring Boot. We are using your microservices actually. That is a cloud application we are going to develop actually. So in the case of your in the case of your microservices, instead of using this two dependency, I can able to use one dependency. I can able to use it. So go to the chat window. Go to the chat window. I have pasted one dependency. I've been pasted. Copy the dependency and paste it. That is called Spring Boot starter validator validation. Okay, Spring Boot starter validation. So instead of giving the two dependency Java X validation and Hibernate validator, I can able to provide one dependency called as your Spring Boot starter.
Validation.
So in the case of your normal Spring Boot, we have to provide the two dependency. But right now we are not developing a Spring Boot application. We are developing a cloud application. We are going to develop microservices actually. So instead of providing the two dependency, the two feature is provided in a single dependency called as your Spring Boot starter. Validation. I hope everyone pasted your Tomcat, Ember, Jasper, JSTL as well as your Spring Boot starter validation.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now do nvn clean install and update your project. Now do nvn clean install and update your project. Now do nvn clean install and update your project.
So build success.
Be successful.
Update your project.
Done, sir.
Finished up? Updated up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So everyone just go to your account table. Go to your database. It's already the MySQL prompt. Go to your MySQL prompt. We don't have any data, so we just try to insert the data manually, and then later part we'll try to insert from the JSP page. We'll try to insert it. Okay. Now try insert into account. Insert into account values. Insert into account values. Insert into account values. Can give 1 comma 10,000 comma some name RAM comma saving. 10,000 comma RAM comma saving. Enter. So try to insert one more value 2 comma 20,000 comma Raj comma current. 2 comma 20,000 comma Raj comma current account, saving account and current account. So we have inserted two data. We have inserted manually. We are inserting because first we are going to fetch it, and later part we are trying to insert it actually. So in essence, we want to fetch it. I'm going to manually insert two values. I'm going to insert it. Insert into account values 1 comma 10,000 comma RAM comma saving and 2 comma 20,000 comma Raj comma current. So have you inserted, guys? Inserted? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Doing.
What is Ashni? I hope it is inserted for everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Minimize it. Now come to your Eclipse application. Okay. So now expand your SRC main Java. Expand your SRC main Java and open your main class. Okay. Now I want to indicate this application is going to act like a client microservices actually. So what annotation we have to use it?
Enable Eureka client.
Client. Okay. In the last program we have used @enable Eureka client. What is one more annotation we can able to use @enable?
Discovery.
Discovery client. So here we use @enable discovery client. @enable So in this program we are going to use @enable discovery client actually. Since last program we have already defined @enable Eureka client. Okay. Now this application is going to act like a
Client microservice.
client microservices and it has to be registered.
Account producer.
Eureka dashboard it has to register. But how my client will know that my Eureka dashboard is running in 1111 it was running? So where we have to configure that information?
Account application.properties.
Okay, so go to your application.properties file.
Hello, sir. So it's not. sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in my comics, I'm showing error on this interface. After saving all servers.
Have you given npm clean install?
Oh, yes, sir. That's showing path failures or build failure method.
So data is truncated, sir, when I insert the value, sir.
Yeah, I'm asking so many times why your people are not at all answering at the last moment. Why you're saying?
I'm trying, sir, but it is not doing errors.
Share your screen, Rahul.
Okay, sir.
Go up. Give control A, control A, control X, control B. Save it. Now open your npm clean install.
Sir.
Open your console. Just to go to your pom.xml once. Update your project.
Hi, sir. Preeti this side. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Sir, actually, I'm having power outage at my place, so due to that, my laptop is discharged. I'm connected through my mobile, so I'm going to the lecture, but I'm not able to perform it practically now. So is that fine? I'll do the lectures later. I mean, I'll perform the practical later.
Okay, but try to complete it.
Yeah, sure. I'll try to cover that over the weekend.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, just go to your window. Go to your window. No, not that one. In the Eclipse window. Window. Show view. Problem. In the others, go to others and type problem. Select that one. Open. In the download, you just select that errors, warnings, select it. Select right click and select all. Right click, select all. Once again, right click and delete it. Delete. Double click the problem. Double click on the problem. It will now the error went up.
Yes, sir.
Sir, data is not inserting, sir.
Share your screen. Now you put an annotation called @enable discovery client in your main class, Rahul. @enable discovery client. Share your screen, Hitashni. Hitashni,
Yes, sir.
what is the mistake you have done, Hitashni? For 10,000, why you are giving colon, Hitashni?
Oh, sir.
Give a semicolon once again. Insert it. We are selecting, nothing will be there. Insert it. Again, you are given dot over there. It's comma.
Yes, sir.
So, in order to indicate it is a client application, we have defined an annotation called @enable discovery client annotation. We have provided actually. Client annotation we have provided. Okay. So now I have indicated it is a client, but how many and this application knows that my Eureka server is running in 1111. So what where you have to configure? Application.properties file. So go to your application.properties file. Hello, where you are opening application.properties file?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so first we have to change your port number. How you are going to change your port number?
Server.port.
So server.port equal to 3333. Server.port is equal to 3333. And I already told, like whenever you register your client on the Eureka dashboard, it is not going to register your project. It is going to register some name. It has to be registered. So for that purpose, you have to provide what?
Spring.application.name.
Application name. Spring.application.name is equal to account-web client. Spring.application.name is equal to account-web client. Spring.application.name is equal to account-web client. Okay, so now I want to indicate that my Eureka is running in a port number called 1111 port number. So for that purpose, what do you have to give? Eureka.client.service-url.default zone is equal to service-url.default zone is equal to zcaps. Default zone is equal to http://localhost:1111/eureka/ http://localhost:1111/eureka/. Next thing. So in this program, I'm going to give all the input in which program I'm going to give it?
JSP file.
JSP program. And where you will create your JSP file and all? But how much Spring Boot knows that JSP file is present inside your web app, webinf and all. So we have to configure what are the two properties we have to configure. Prefix as well as your suffix actually. So configure spring dot mvc.view.prefix is equal to spring.mvc.view.prefix is equal to view. View.prefix is equal to what do you have to give?
Slash web
/web-inf slash
JSP
you
or
do the thing, we'll give it as views. Slash Hitashni, will you write like Hitashni? Will you write in double quotes now? Hey, wait. Oh, cancel, cancel. I didn't ask to do this thing and all. I'm asking how you write in your application.properties file.
With hyphen F or views.
How you have to give it?
Capital.
Capital letter, change it. Don't give double quotes. Next property. What is your next property? Spring.mvc.view.
suffix.
Suffix. And suffix now what you have to give?
.jsp.
Spring.mvc.view.suffix is equal to .jsp.
View. MVC.view.
View.suffix is equal to .jsp. Okay, done. So now everyone right click your. Okay, so now I'm going to give all the requests I want to give it. So where I'll be giving the request and all in
the controller
program actually. So right click your package. No, wait. Right click your package and create a new class. Create a new class with package.controller and classes account controller. .controller and classes account controller. Classes control account controller. And how you indicate it is a controller? Controller. Controller. Okay. So now I'm going to define some method, and before that method, how I'm going to give a request with the help of an annotation called
Request mapping or
get mapping, but mostly we'll be using which one?
Get mapping.
We'll be more specific actually. So now define a method called public string home, public string home, public string home, and inside that just return index. Hello, I'm asking to return index. It's a method, just a method, and inside that method just type return index. I small letter. Return index. So this index will be considered as what program?
JSP program.
JSP program. Okay. Before this method, what do you have to provide?
Value
slash. At the rate get mapping value is equal to slash. Hello, where you have to write it?
After the class.
Where you're writing? At the rate get mapping value is equal to slash. Okay, so import it. So if I try to give a request called a slash now, it will invoke a method called home method, and what it is going to return?
Index.
Index. Okay, so it will go to a page called as your
index.jsp.
It will go to a page called save it. It will go to a page called as your index.jsp. Index.jsp. Now where we have to create your index.jsp? Inside which folder? To expand your SRC main, expand your SRC web app. So right click your web app folder and create a new folder called web-inf. New folder called web-inf. Web-inf. Now right click your web-inf folder and create a new folder called views. So right click your web-inf folder and create a new folder called views. Now right click your views folder and what do you have to create? JSP called index.jsp. Index.jsp. Create a new file called index.jsp. Index.jsp. Okay. So in this index.jsp page, okay, let me come back. So we created your index.jsp page. Now inside this index.jsp page, I may use some bootstrap concept I'll be using actually. So if I use my bootstrap concepts now, what I have to paste? Bootstrap. Okay, we have to paste your link tag inside your and after your meta tag. So maybe from the JSP program, maybe from that pet application or the student application, I'll copy that link tag and paste it. Copy that link tag and paste it after the meta tag. Copy the link tag after your meta tag and paste it. Copy the link tag after your meta tag and paste it. So give the title as account page. 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 Okay, now copy the code from the chat window and paste it after your paste inside your body tag. Copy the code from the chat window and paste inside the body tag. Have you pasted and formatted? Paste and formatted. Done, guys?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So now come inside the body tag. First, since I'm using a bootstrap concept, I'm going to use my container. I'm going to use it, and instead of container, also what we can able to use container hyphen
Fluid.
fluid. Anything you can use it. I'm going to define a row, and in that row, I'm going to create a navbar. I'm going to create it actually. Now that and all bootstrap thing. Now come to the UL tag, and inside the UL tag, I created li a href. I created an image. I'm creating image alt is equal to bank, title is equal to bank, height is equal to 120, and src is equal to what we are provided.
C.
C colon URL.
What is that C colon URL is called as?
JSTL tag.
What tag? What tag?
JSTL tag.
JSTL tag actually. And does my Tomcat understand the JSTL tag?
No, sir.
No. So what we have to configure?
Tag.
Taglib directive. So now from the previous application, copy the taglib directive element for the C tag. Copy the taglib directive element for C tag. Okay, because my Tomcat doesn't understand the JSTL tags, it doesn't understand actually, and so we have to configure a tag called as your percentage taglib URL equal to http://java.sun.com/ASP/HTML/code prefix is equal to C. Showing error?
Yes, sir.
And now you just give Control A, Control A,
Yes.
Control X, Control E.
Actually, after I did that, but still I get error.
Okay, then once update your project, update your project. Once update your project, update your project,
Yes, sir. Error gone.
update your project.
Wait, showing error, sir.
After updating also.
Yes, sir.
Sir, after getting
Okay, just go to your go to your chat window once, copy the code in your pom.xml file. One. Copy the code from the chat window and put in your pom.xml file and give nvn clean install and update your project. Come down. Copy the code and paste inside your pom.xml, nvn clean install and update your project.
Sir, I'm not getting any error, so do I have to do it?
No error means leave it. No error means leave it. Format it, Hitashni. Give nvn clean install and update your project. If no errors means leave it. If you're getting errors now, copy the dependency and put in your pom.xml, nvn clean install and update your project. Update your project.
No changes, sir. It is again showing error.
Still error.
Check for dependency once. Just for JSTL dependency. In complex.
After putting the dependency error went up.
Yes, sir.
Jasper and JSTL. Do you have?
Yes, sir. I have configured dependency.
Lakshmi, can you go to your combat XML and check do you have Jasper and JSTL? Jasper and JSTL is not there at them.
I say, Hitashni, what you are listening in the class, Hitashni?
Yes, sir. Copy here, sir.
Where you pasted? Where is your Tomcat, Ember, Jasper, and JSTL dependency?
Embed is sir.
Sir, control A and after control A and I just open control X after control B. It's not showing error, but after saving it's showing error in the tag.
Update your project.
Sir, I have all the dependencies, but it's giving an error.
Yes, sir. After updating, it is again showing error, sir.
Error, huh?
Yes, sir.
Copy pasted one.
Sir, can we change the prefix, sir? We have and try.
No need, no need.
Okay.
Error went up. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any other person not getting?
Yes, sir.
Share your screen. Go to your pom.xml. Come down. Down, 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 down. Again, guys, I told how many times? What is this? What's your name? Just go up. Up. Oh, Rajneesh, no? Rajneesh, where you
Yes,
paste
sir.
your dependencies and all, Rajneesh?
Oh, sorry, sir. In the dependency, sir.
Then where you pasted all the dependencies?
Yeah, yes, sir.
No, leave that. Cut from 52. 69. Cut it and paste it. Now update your project.
Yes,
Error
sir.
went off.
Yes, sir.
Any other person? Again, same mistake Akila also have done. Where you have to paste all the dependencies, Akila. And where you have pasted, Akila.
In the dependencies tag, sir.
Check it where you have pasted inside the dependency tag. You have pasted inside your dependency management, you have pasted.
59.
Copy from 60. No, leave it. Cut from 66 to 70. 66 to 70. Cut it. And paste it after 55. Paste it after 55. Please, guys, you have to paste your dependency in dependencies section, not on the dependency management. Now update your project. Are you updating?
Yes, sir. Sir, it is not showing any action, sir.
Go to your pom.xml. How it will be showing in action. No, the error went. Okay, so go to your index.jsp. Everyone go to your index.jsp. Come down to that image part. So we created an image called under bank, and in order to read the image, we have used a tag called as your C colon.
URL.
C colon URL is a JSTL tag actually. So in order to make my Tomcat to understand the JSTL tag, we have configured the tag directive element for the JSTL. And now where we have downloaded your image and we have pasted inside which folder?
Images.
Images folder. And called download.jfif. Now everyone go to your Google. Just go to your Google. And just type it as bank images. Bank images. Enter. Now you can right click any one of the image. Right click. Save images. You can save anywhere. You can save it. Okay, it is already in the downloads. Save it as download. File name should be download. Save it. So it is downloaded as what file it was downloaded?
JFIF.
JFIF. Okay, it was been downloaded as your JFIF. But where we have downloaded, it has been downloaded inside which folder?
Downloads.
Downloads folder. Okay. But what we have to do now, whenever if I want to create images for your project now, then where we have to keep all the images now, it has to be present inside the SRC main resources folder. Have everyone downloaded the image?
Yes, sir.
Now go to your Eclipse. Go to your Eclipse. Go to your Eclipse. Go to your Project Explorer. Go to your SRC main resources folder. Go to your SRC main resources folder. And inside that SRC main resources, you can see three things. You can see one is static folder, another one is templates folder, and another one is your application dot
Properties.
property file. So where we have to create all your images now, it has to be created inside a folder called as your static folder. Okay, it has to be created inside your static folder only. You have to keep all the images related to your
Images.
related to what?
Application.
Related to your application. We have to keep all the images inside which folder?
Static folder.
Static folder. Static
So
folder.
right click your static folder. Right click your static folder and create a new folder called images. Create a new folder images. Images. Right click your static folder and create a new folder called images. Finish. Now everyone go to the downloader thing and copy the download.jfif file and paste inside the images folder. Go to your downloads thing, copy the download.jfif and paste, right click your images folder and paste it. Copy it, right click your images folder and paste it.
That's it.
Hey, don't do like this, close it. Right click your download.jfif, copy and right click your images folder and paste it. Right click your images folder and paste it. So always remember, whenever you want to create any images for your application now, the images and all has to be present inside which folder?
Static folder.
And inside the static folder, we created our own folder called as your images folder, and inside the images folder, we kept the file called as your download.jfif. So why I kept like this? Now, have everyone finished?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now come to the code. Now come to the code. SRC is equal to C::URL. Value is equal to, it was taking the image from which value it was taking. From the images folder, it was taking a file called
Download.jfif.
download.jfif. Okay. So that's the reason I created a folder called images folder, and inside the images folder, I kept the file called as your download.jfif. Okay. Next, it will be creating H2, it will be creating ABC banking application. Now come down. Next, we are creating one more row. We are creating in H1, it will be printing accounts web homepage. It will be creating and printing. And next, I am going to create a hyperlink called as
Account list.
say it fully. What we are creating? Hyperlink.
AHREF equal to
No. What hyperlink we created?
view account list.
View account list. Actually. Okay, we are creating hyperlink called as your view account list actually. And whenever if I click this view account list now, what is the action we are providing?
Slash account list.
Slash account list. Okay.
Okay, slash account list. Okay, it will be providing a slash account list. Okay. Everyone clear until this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now everyone run your account producer application, then run your account consumer application, and finally run your account web client application. Everyone run your first run your account producer, then run your account consumer, and then run your account client application. First run your account producer application, then run your account consumer application, and then run your account web client application. So run your account producer application, then consumer application, then client application. Start all the three applications.
Sir, can I open this browser?
Wait. Everyone started?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now run your browser localhost :1111 and check whether the both application has been registered in the Eureka dashboard. Localhost :1111 and check both application has been registered in the Eureka dashboard.
Yes, sir.
No, it is not registered. Go to your account web client application. Is it both application is registered?
Yes, sir.
Why is not registered? Yeah, can you see account consumer and account web client both application?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go to your console, Akila. Go to your console. Go to what was the error? Maximize your console. Go to account client console. It is producer console. Okay. No, wait. So in the top, you can see the red color icon is there. Don't click it. Don't click it. Next one. Move to the next one. Next one. After it, next one. 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 Click that the drop down. Click the drop down and see the third one. Third one. Maximize it. Max. Okay, it's already maximized. Just go up. Go up. 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 Okay. Go to your application properties file. Web client application properties. Application properties. Where you're searching now? What is the mistake you have done in line number 3? Localhost. What you have to give localhost? Terminate your account web client application alone. Now start your account web client application. CC, you have terminated your producer application. Stop all the three. Stop all the three and run it from once again. Run producer first. Producer first. Again, it was showing some error. Maximize it. Cannot. Go up. Up, up. Change your, it is producer console. Change your web client console. Before one. Select the third one. Go up. Again, it was showing the same. Again, go to your application.properties file. Application. Record.line.line. Okay, terminate your web. Sorry. In that drop down, now terminate your application. Terminate it fast, otherwise it will change. Okay. Now update your web client project. Update your web client project. Start your application. Client application. I think now it started. Now go and refresh your browser. Now can you guys see everyone? Can you see that the two services will be registered in the Eureka dashboard? One is accounts-consumer and another one is account-web client. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now which application we want to run it? Which is going to act like a client application? Web client application. And the web client application is running in what port number?
333.
Now open a next tab. Open one more tab and give localhost colon 3333. Localhost colon 3333. And check whether your image is coming, bank image is coming, and it will be displaying account home, web home page, and it will be providing with your hyperlink called as your account view account list like that.
Yes, sir.
So as you can see in the screen. Is it coming?
Yes, sir. It's coming.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So now if I try to click this view account list now, what it has to display? It has to display all the.
Fine.
If I click this view account list now, what it has to display? It has to display all the
Account details.
account details fetched from what?
Account.
No, account details fetched from what?
Database.
Database. Yes, it has to be fetched from the database and it has to be displayed actually. Okay. So now everyone go to your index.jsp. Everyone go to your index.jsp.
So it's not showing.
Sir, I'm not getting the.
So guys, today it's only rectifying the errors. We are not going to run it. What is the problem?
Sir, it is showing server is running, but still I'm not getting the image.
Where is your server is running, Rahul? Your second application is not at all displayed. I'm just continuously asking whether you can able to see two application in your Eureka dashboard or not.
Yes, sir. Sir, I run, sir, but not showing. Error showing, sir.
That only I was asking previously also. You have to say no. Maximize your console. Go to your application.properties file. 33 Eureka client service view. What is default? Please guys, listen to the session properly, guys. Default, what you have to give default? Zone. What is default zone? Now terminate your web application alone, web client application alone. Now start your client application.
Sir, can I run?
No. Just start your web client application because other things and all it's running perfectly. Only this application is showing an error. you always try to rectify the errors by yourself. So once you go to the project now, who will help there to rectify the errors? So you have to just to see the console. What was the problem in the console? Now give localhost colon 3333. Open another tab and give localhost colon 3333. Why it is coming like this? Go to your index.jsp page. Hello. Go up. I told to download Rahul. Where you downloaded your image?
So download some.
I told to copy this download.jf file. Why you copied your download.htm file? Third one, right click your third one and copy it. Tell it that. Now right click your images and paste it. Go to line number 8. Line number 8. What do you have to put before L?
So it will link. So
Why it is a link? Sorry, it is a tag. What do you have to put before L? Now, for meta also. Hey, just go. Just 1 minute. Just move to this right hand side. Move your scroll bar. Move your scroll bar. Scroll bar. Right hand side. Left hand side. It's already there. Okay, remove that one. Now save it. Now what? No need to terminate it. Just refresh your web page. No, it's not okay. That link is not coming properly. Just come. Open your HTML page. Sorry, text.jsp page. This only, everyone. This only you have pasted, copied and pasted. No.
yes, sir.
Go up. Up. The problem with that link tag only. For others, you can you're getting the output like this or different format.
Different.
Also different format.
Different, as you see in Atlas screen, like that only you're getting a black color.
Is it?
So this way only, sir.
Sir, for me, image is not getting, sir. The dashboard is coming, but the image is not coming. Localhost.
Image is not coming. Now check that images folder and path. Whether you pasted the correct file you pasted.
Correct it only.
Okay. Okay, we'll see this bootstrap part afterwards. But output is coming now. Okay. Some other person share your screen if you're not getting.
So I'm getting output, but I'm getting output like same like Rahul, sir.
Okay, leave it, Vishnu. Like the bootstrap only problem. We'll check why it is so.
Okay.
But output is coming. The bootstrap only not coming. No.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Black screen.
Black color is not coming. Okay, no problem.
Sir.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. The dashboard is coming, but image is not coming.
Nothing is coming for localhost 333. Go
Yes.
to console. Check your open your web client application.
Web client.
Not there. In the TV like symbol will be there. No. Click that. You can see the third application.
Okay.
The console. Also there. Okay. Go to your code. Come down.
Where?
The browser. Sorry, what is that? Package Explorer, just come down. Package Explorer, come down.
Okay.
What folder you have to create, Raghavi? Web app, what folder you have to create, Raghavi?
Oh. Web INA. Oh, sorry. Okay. Icon. Sorry. Okay.
Right click and rename.
Okay.
Check in your application.properties file also. You have given web for web.
No. Hyphen.
Okay, now refresh the screen.
Okay.
Not coming up.
Can I start?
Yeah. Terminate your application and start it once again.
Okay.
Terminate your application. Update your project and you terminated your producer application. Stop everything now.
Okay.
But check over here which application is running. So below console, what you can see account consumer application, account producer application, like that it will be displaying actually. So if you once again click the cross mark and terminate all the application, run it once again.
Okay, sir.
And now update your project 1 minute. Web client alone updated. Update your project. Web client alone. So start your producer, consumer, and then web client.
Okay.
For account web client application properties, add slash in the prefix.
Okay. Go to your account web client application properties, Raghavi.
Okay.
After views, add a slash.
white label clear.
Okay, sir. It's coming. Thank you.
I go for others also, it's displaying.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I go share your screen. Oops. What is it? Okay. Everyone go to your index.jsp page. And index.jsp page, as I already told before, in the last line that we created one hyperlink called as what?
Account zero.
Say view account list actually. That is your hyperlink actually. And whenever we click that hyperlink now, we are going to give a request called as what request?
Slash account
Slash
list.
account list. Yeah. So now where we have to write the request? Where we have to write the logic for this particular request?
Control it in the controller.
Yes. Everyone go to your account controller program. Everyone go to your account controller program. So first we created, if I'm going to use slash now, it will open my index.jsp page. In my index.jsp page, I have a link called as your view account list link. And if I click that particular view account list now, then it has to, and we are giving a request called as your slash account list actually. And what my slash account list will do, it is going to fetch all the accounts from the database. So define a method, public string account list, public string account list, public string account list. So before this method, we have to give what annotation at the rate?
Get mapping.
Get mapping, value is equal to what is the request I have to give? Slash
Account
list.
slash account list. So check it whether it is capital or yeah, okay, account list. So if I click the hyperlink called as a view account list now, I am going to give a request called as what request?
Slash
Slash account list. So now it will come to the controller program. In that slash account list, okay, it is going to invoke a method called as what method? Account list. Okay, it is going to invoke a method called as your account list method. Now what this method it has to do, it has to fetch all the information, it has to fetch all the account details. Okay, it has to fetch all the account details from my database, it has to fetch it actually. But where we have written all the database logic and all?
Account consumer.
Account consumer program. So now what I want to do from the account web client application, I want to communicate with which microservice I want to communicate it?
Account
consumer.
Account consumer microservices. So always remember, in the case of your microservices, so if I want to communicate from one microservices to another microservices, then you have to go for a concept called REST template class. You have to go for a class called what class?
REST template.
REST template class.
And with the help of this REST template class, only we can able to communicate from one microservices to
Another
another
microservice.
microservices. So REST template is a
Class.
class. Okay. So what I have to do, I have to create an
Object of
object. But I don't want to create an object and all. I don't want to create it. I want to inject the reference. I want to inject it actually, or I want to and give the reference at runtime. I want to give it. So for that purpose, what annotation you will be using? Annotation. But before that, everyone go to your web client application name class. Everyone go to your web client application name class. Web client application name class. So in that name class, I want to what I want to do, I want to declare your REST template as a bean. I want to declare it actually. Okay, because with the help of this REST template, only I can able to communicate from one interface to another interface. I can communicate actually. So first, I want to define this REST template as a what program I want to define it.
Bean program.
Bean program. Then only I can able to inject it actually with the help of what annotation?
At the rate of
Auto-while annotation. Okay. So first, I want to define this REST template as a bean class. I have to define it. Then only I can able to inject it with the help of what annotation?
At the rate auto.
So now I'm going to indicate this REST template is one of a bean class actually. And in order to indicate it as a bean class, what annotation we have to use it at the rate?
Bean.
Okay. Now after the main method type it. After the main method type it. Public REST template RP caps. After main method.
So,
Public REST template.
here, line number 15.
Yeah. After main method. Public REST template. Public REST template. REST template. REST template. REST template. REST template. REST template. Second REST template like T alone caps because it's a method. Public REST template. REST template. And inside that method we have to return new REST template. Return new REST template. Return new REST template. Okay. Now I want to indicate this particular REST template is one of a bean program. So we have to use what annotation?
At the rate
Bean. So before this method, define an annotation called @bean annotation. Before this method, define an annotation called @bean annotation. So right now we are in the account web client application. From the account web client application, in order to communicate with the database, I want to communicate with the microservice called as your account consumer microservices. So how I can able to communicate from one microservices to another microservices with the help of a class called as
REST template class.
REST template class. So first I want to indicate the REST template is one of a bean class with the help of an annotation called
At the rate bean.
@bean. Then only we can able to inject this REST template in all the program with the help of an annotation called
Auto-while.
@auto-while. Yeah. So now I have defined my REST template class and I have indicated it as a bean actually. And after @bean, you have to define one more annotation called as your @load balanced. Define one more annotation called @load balanced. So why we are defining this particular annotation under load balanced now? And because I am going to give multiple requests, I'm going to give it actually. So I want to balance all the requests and I want to give the response. So for that purpose, we are providing an annotation called
Load balance.
load balance. Have you typed this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Everyone finished now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now go to your account controller program. Go to your account controller program. Go to your account controller program. So in your account controller program, can you say how you are going to inject this and the REST template inside your controller program with the help of what annotation?
Auto wait.
@autowired. So in the top like you @autowired. @autowired. Next line like you REST template. REST template. REST template. REST template. REST template. REST template. So I have injected the reference to the REST template runtime with the help of your @autowired annotation. So with the help of your REST template, now I can able to communicate from one microservices to
Another microservice.
another microservices. So whenever I'm going to click my full account list now, we are going to give a request called as your /account list request. It will come into this method, and once we come into this method, now I want to communicate with which microservice I want to communicate it.
Account consumer.
Account consumer. So now everyone go to your account consumer account controller program. Everyone go to your account consumer account controller program. Go to your account consumer account controller program.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in that program, which request I have to call it in order to get all the account information from the database?
/account.
/accounts. Because this /accounts request only it is going to get all the information from the
Account.
we are calling which method? Account repository dot.
Find all.
Okay, we are going to return account repository dot find all method actually. Okay. So now so from the account web client application, I am going to communicate to my account consumer application, and I'm going to communicate with which request I am going to communicate it.
/account.
Okay, so now go to your controller program. Okay, so now you type it REST template dot. It's an object. REST template dot. Okay, now I'm going to give what type of request I'm going to give. What request I'm giving? /accounts. And what type of request we are giving? It's a get request, or post request, or delete request, or put request, or what request?
Get request.
Get request. So you have to use a method called REST template dot get for object. Get for object. So use a method called get for object. Get for object. Get for object. Okay. So in the first argument, you have to provide the URL of your account consumer application. Okay. So as I already told before, all the microservices will be registered in my Eureka dashboard. So in the Eureka dashboard, what account consumer microservice is registered in what name it has been registered?
Accounts -consumer.
Everyone open your Eureka dashboard. Okay. So in what name my account consumer is registered? Accounts-consumer in capital letter. Okay. And always remember, in the case of a microservices, we are not going to communicate with the help of your port number and all. I'll always provide only my application name. I'll be providing actually, which has been registered in the
Eureka dashboard.
Now go to your controller, account controller. So first argument, I have to provide which program to which microservice I want to communicate it. So HTTP://. So what is your name of your microservices?
Accounts-consumer.
Yeah. How you have to write it in
Caps.
capital letter. Accounts-consumer. That is your name of your microservice that I'm going to communicate it. / In that accounts-consumer microservices, which request I'm going to communicate it?
Accounts.
/accounts. So that is your first argument. Okay. Now from the account client application, I'm going to communicate with my account consumer application. I want to communicate it. And what type of communication? It is a get communication actually. So we are going to use a method called
Get method.
say it fully. What method we are going to use? Get
for object.
Get for object method. We are going to use your get for object method. Now I want to communicate with which microservice I'm going to communicate it. The microservice which is registered in your Eureka dashboard called
Account
consumer.
consumer.
And in that accounts-consumer, which request I'm going to communicate?
Account.
Okay, /accounts. Now everyone go to your account consumer account controller program. Now it will come to the /accounts method, and this method is going to find all the account from the repository, that is from the database, and what it is going to return?
Find all method.
List of account it will be returning. Okay, it is going to return what? List of account. So now come to the controller program. So the first argument represents the URL. The second argument represents your data type actually. So what we are returning from the that particular method?
Data which is
What we are returning?
accounts.
That's a request. I'm asking what we are returning from that particular /accounts request.
List of
Accounts.
Accounts.
So the second argument will be specify what return type we are going to return actually. Okay, the second argument specifies the return type actually. Okay, so actually what we are returning?
List
List of account. But here I can't able to define as a list of account. So I am going to define. No, we can't able to define as a list of account. We can't able to define. So I am going to define it as a array. Okay, because array. So what array I want to return? List of what it was returning?
Account.
Account it was returning actually. So I can't able to return as a list. I can't able to return it. So I am going to define as an account array dot class. Account. It's an array. How do you define an array? It's not array. It's array. Account array dot class. Account. How you define an array? Square bracket dot class. Okay, it will show error, will rectify. So the first argument represents the URL it will be representing. The second argument represents the return type it will be representing. And the third argument will represent your parameter. But are we passing any parameter for this one?
No, sir.
No, so you can remove the third argument. So we have only two arguments we'll be taking. The first argument represents a URL. The second argument represents the return type. The third argument will represent your parameter. But we are not passing any parameter. So we are not going to take the third argument actually. So we are going to define only two arguments. Okay. So now as I already told before, whenever if I'm going to give a request called a /accounts, now what it will be returning?
List of
Accounts.
Account. But we can't able to return as a list of accounts. So we created as an account.
Array.
So now we have to create what class?
Account class.
Account class.
Account class. So everyone right click your package. Everyone right click your com.pack.account web client package, new class. and give the package name as .model and give the class name as account. Give the package name as account web client .model and your class name is account. Model and class name is account. Class name is account. Okay, now come to your account.java. So whenever we communicate with the request called /accounts, now it is going to return a list of account. It is going to return. So we created an account array. Now can you guys say what my account.java will be containing?
Properties of
Properties. What are the properties?
ID,
ID,
name,
name, amount as well as your
type,
type.
type
Yeah,
of
ID, name, amount as well as your type. So type private integer ID, private double amount, private integer ID, private double amount, private string type and private string name. String type and private string name. So created getters and setters method, parameterizer constructor and default constructor. Created getters and setters method, parameterizer constructor and default constructor. Increase the size. Create your parameterizer constructor as well as your default constructor. Why don't increase the font size, Vaibhav?
Not able to increase, sir. Wait.
Create your getters and setters method, default constructor as well as your parameterizer constructor. Because account consumer application returns a list of account. So I want to store that information and all inside your an object. I want to store it. So I created a class called as
Account.java.
same information. Okay, account class will say. Finish the guys.
Yes, sir.
And import your account in your controller program. Import your account in your controller program. Import your account in your controller program.
So can you repeat the process? So after getting account.java, what should you do?
After creating account.java. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Created constructors and methods.
Okay. Import your account controller program and import your account.java. Because for account.java it will be showing an error, so import it. In your account controller.java, it will be showing an error for account, so import it. Now the error went up.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, we have a hyperlink called as your view account list hyperlink. Whenever if I click my view account list hyperlink now, we are going to give a request called /account list request. So it will come into this method, and inside this method, now from this method, I want to communicate. So what the purpose of this method? This method has to fetch all the account from the database. It has to fetch actually. So instead of writing the database logic directly, so I am going to communicate with the microservice called as
Accounts
account consumer microservice. So how I can able to communicate from one microservice to another microservice with the help of class called as
REST template class.
actually. So first I want to indicate the REST template class as a bean class. Then only I can able to inject it with the help of an annotation called @. So now we are going to call REST template dot. So since it is a get mapping or get request, I'm going to use a method called REST template dot get for object. And the first argument it should be the URL actually. HTTP colon, and for which microservice I'm going to communicate it?
Consumer.
Accounts hyphen consumer. And where you will be taking where it will be taking this account hyphen consumer. It will be taking from the
Eureka dashboard.
Eureka dashboard actually. Okay, it will be taken from the Eureka dashboard. And in that accounts hyphen consumer microservices, I'm going to accessing which request I'm going to access it?
/account.
/accounts actually. Okay, we are going to access a request called your /accounts actually. So the /accounts request is going to return a list of accounts. So the second argument will be the return type actually. But I can't able to directly specify the list of account. I can't specify. So I created an array called as
Account array.
So I created an account class which contains the same information what it was retrieving. So I created ID, name, type as well as your amount. Okay. So now we have written a list of account array we have written. So now we are going to store it actually. So before REST template, okay, before REST template, type it as account array. Accounts. No. Before your REST template line, not that one. In the same code, REST template dot get for object you have given now. So that second argument represents your return type. Now I want to store that return type. I want to store it up. So before that, account array accounts is equal to. Give it as accounts is equal to account array accounts is equal to REST template. Now whatever we are returning from that /account request, now I'm going to store into an array called as
Accounts.
I'm going to store into an array called as accounts. Now come to the next line. So now this accounts is in the form of what?
Array.
Yeah. Now I want to convert this array to a list. I want to convert it. Okay. I want to convert this array to a list. I want to convert it. So define list of account list is equal to list of account list is equal to list of account list is equal to list of account list is equal to. So do you know guys how to convert an array to a list?
To-list method.
To-list method? No, we don't have to-list method and all. It's wrong actually. So if I want to perform any operation on the data type arena, we have to use which class? If I want to perform any operation on the data type arena, we have to use which class? Data type array. If I want, we study, what is
Array
it?
class. Array class.
Array. It is arrays class.
Arrays
Arrays class. So just give list of account list is equal to arrays dot as list of accounts. Arrays dot as list of account. Arrays dot as list of accounts. So if I want to convert an array to a list now, we have to go for a method called arrays dot as list method. So we converted all the accounts into a list called as what?
List.
Okay. Next line. Okay. Now, in my controller, the list contains a list of account it was containing. Now, how I can able to transfer this list of account from the controller program to a JSP program?
Using model attribute.
No. How I can able to transfer the information from the controller program to a JSP program? You have to use which class?
Model class, model map.
Model map class or model class like that. So here we use model map itself. So define your model map as an argument. Define your model map as an argument. Hello, I'm told argument as an argument. Model map. For an account list method, define your model map as an argument. So now you define map dot. We have to call which method?
Add attribute.
Add attribute. Okay, map dot add attribute. So I'm going to give your attribute name called ACC list. Add attribute, and the first argument I'm going to give my attribute name called ACC list. And in this ACC list, we are going to add which attribute? We are going to add it.
List
Attribute. So whenever if I click my view account list now, it will come to my slash. We are giving a request called slash account list. It will come into this method. From this method, I want to communicate with my account consumer microservices. So I'm using my REST template.get for object account consumer microservice, and in that microservices we are going to call a request called a slash
Accounts.
And what the slash accounts will return?
list of
Accounts. But I can't able to define a list of accounts. I'm just defining as an account array dot class actually. Now I'm just storing this an array of account to an object called the accounts object. I'm just storing. Now I want to convert this array to a
List.
list. I want to convert it with the help of a method called as arrays dot
As
list method. Now that the list will be containing your a collection of accounts it will be containing. Now I want to transfer this list from the controller program to the JSP program. I want to transfer it. So we are going to use an object called as
model map.
model map class. Okay. So we are going to call map dot add attribute. So I'm going to store the list of account into an attribute called as
ACC list.
ACC list. Going to return into an account called as an attribute called as ACC list. And finally we are going to return account list. Return account list. It should be what?
ACC list.
Account list only. Now this account list will be considered as what?
JSP.
JSP.
This account list will be considered as a JSP page. Wait 1 minute. So have everyone typed it or selected? No, why so that others can type it. Have you typed it, guys? Everyone finished? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we have to create what we have to create.
JSP file.
Not JSP page.
One JSP file.
Account list.
Account list. Right click your views folder and create a JSP page called account list. Right click your views folder and create a JSP page called account list. Account list.jsp. Right click your views folder and create a JSP page called account list.jsp. Have you created, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now copy the bootstrap link also over here. Copy the bootstrap link also over here after meta tag. From index.jsp, copy the bootstrap link also over here after your meta tag. From index.jsp, copy that link tag, the bootstrap link after your meta tag. From index.jsp, copy the bootstrap link after your meta tag. And give the title as account list. Okay. So now in this JSP page, I'm going to display all the accounts one by one. I'm going to display it actually. So which one contains all the accounts information?
ACC list.
ACC list contains all the account information it was containing. So now I'm going to print one information from the ACC list. I'm going to print it using what tag I'll be printing one information.
For each.
For each actually. And what is that C colon for each is called as?
JSP tag.
So does my Tomcat know what is JSPL?
No, sir.
So what do you have to configure?
Tag.
From index.jsp, copy the tag lib and paste it. From index.jsp, copy the tag lib and paste it. From index.jsp, copy the tag lib and paste it. Finished up?
Yes.
Okay. Now everyone go to the chat window, copy the code and paste inside the body tag. Everyone go to the chat window, copy the code and paste inside the body tag. Go to your chat window and copy the code and paste inside the body tag. Paste it up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we created a div class container. Next we created a row. In that row we created a navbar we created, and in that navbar we created the images we created. The same thing only. Come down. We created a div tag, and inside the div tag we created a home hyperlink we created. And if I click the home hyperlink, now what is the request we are giving?
Slash.
Slash now it will open which page?
Homepage.
What is the name of your home pages?
Index.jsp.
Index.jsp. So we created your for slash request we are returning index.jsp. It was returning, so it will open index.jsp. Next we are creating another row and we are printing account list, and inside the account list, now I'm defining C colon for each items is equal to. Right now we kept all the items in which object we have kept?
ACC
list. So now change that to be ACC list. Change that accounts to be ACC list. Because now we kept the list of account into an attribute called as ACC list. Now I'm going to take one account from the ACC list and I'm going to store into a variable called as what variable?
Account variable.
Account variable. Now in the LI tag, what is LI tag now?
List.
Order list.
Order list actually. No, list actually. You will OL the order list. LI means list actually. So we are going to list only what we are listing $account dot
ID.
read properly what we are listing $account dot
ID.
Not listing ID. What we are listing $account dot what?
Name.
Name. Okay, we are listing only the $account dot name. But if I click the account dot name now, what is the link we are passing?
ID. Account details.
Account details.
Details. Along with the
Along with the-
we are passing its related
Information.
ID. Okay, and that ID is stored in what variable?
Number.
Variable. And we are passing between your question mark and ampersand. Anything that is transferred between question mark and ampersand is called as what?
Conditional operator.
Anything that is
Positional.
No. We'll be retrieving using @path variable. So
That is, if I give directly /nata, it will be retrieving using path variable. If I try to pass anything between question mark and ampersand, I already told it is called as what? It is a parameter. And how you will access your parameter that is transferred between question mark and ampersand using what annotation? At the rate?
Request param.
Request param annotation. Okay. Always remember the difference actually. So if I directly give account details /$account.id, it will be considered as a path variable. It will be considered. But here we have stored the account ID into a parameter called as number parameter. And I transferred between your question mark and ampersand. So anything that is transferred between the question mark and ampersand is called as what?
query string.
Query string. And how you retrieve the value from the query string with the help of an annotation called @.
Request
param.
So now it is going to display all the account name one by one. It will be printing because we are using C:.
For
So we are printing C:. Finished, everyone? Okay. So now terminate only your account web client application. Terminate only your account web client application and start your account web client application once again. Don't terminate all the thing. Terminate only your account web client application. Go to your console. Go to your console. So terminate only your account web client application and launch your account web client application alone. So terminate your account web client application and launch your account web client application. Now go to your browser and give localhost :3333. Go to your browser and give localhost :3333 or click the refresh button. Now click the view account list hyperlink and check whether your name is printed. The name is printed in the form of a list like was printed. Is it printed like you can see in the screen?
No, sir. White label error.
Yes, sir.
Is it working, guys?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Share your screen. Open your console. Click the TV like symbol is there, no? In the top.
This one.
JSP is, have you created the JSP in views?
Minimize your console. Where you created your JSP, Hitashni? Where is your account list.jsp?
Account list.
Where you have to create your JSP program?
Web views folder, sir.
Where you created?
Actually, I created this.
Click that move button. Click that move. Click that move. Expand your web line. Expand it.
It's not able to.
Click that arrow mark symbol. Expand your SRC. Expand your web app. Expand your web app. Select your views folder. Select your views folder and click OK. Now terminate your account web client application. Restart it once again. Select your account web client application. Terminate it. Now restart it once again. Coming up.
Yes, sir.
View account list. The displaying Ram and Raj.
Yes, sir.
For everyone, is it displaying, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So now we have displayed all the accounts in the form of a list we have displayed actually. And here it was fetching all the information from which application it was fetching?
Account.
Account?
Account list.
Account list.
Accounts
I asked him from which application it was fetching all this information.
Accounts hyphen consumer.
Consumer application. It was fetching the information from the account consumer application it was fetching actually. Okay. So now what I want to do, if I click any one of the name now, it has to display the information individually, it has to display actually. So now go to your account list.jsp page. Go to your account list.jsp page. Okay. So if you see over here, right now we have the list of account in which attribute we have?
ACC list.
ACC list. And from that ACC list, we are going to get one account and we are going to store in a variable called
Account variable.
account variable. And what we are displaying actually, we are displaying only its
Name.
account.name actually. But if I try to click any one of the name now, we are going to give a request called as
Account details.
account detail. And along with the account detail, we are going to pass its related
ID.
ID. And that ID is stored in a parameter called as
Number.
Number.
Now we have to write the method for which request I have to write the method.
Account details.
Account details.
Now go to your controller program. Go to your controller program. So define a method called public string get account, public string get account. Okay. public string get account. So I'm going to define a method called public string get account, and before this method, I'm going to define an annotation called
Get mapping.
get mapping. Get mapping. Before this method, I'm going to define an annotation called get mapping. Value is equal to what is the request we are passing slash
Account details.
account details. Check the spelling. Is it D capital letter or small letter? Check it. Account details slash account details. Yes, correct. So whenever if I click,
So do we need to give slash here?
no need. It understood. So whenever if I click any one of the name now, so it is we are going to give a request called account details request. So it will come to this particular method called
Get account.
method. And now inside the get account method, what I want to do, now I'm going to give a request called get account details request. Along with that account detail, we are going to pass its related
ID.
ID as what? As a
Number.
number. Okay, as what?
Query string.
Query string parameter actually. So how I can able to retrieve the query string parameter with the help of an annotation called
Request param.
bracket let request param. Inside your bracket, double quotes, what is your parameter name is?
Number.
It's number. And now I'm going to get that particular parameter. I'm going to store into a variable called integer ID. No, only one parameter, integer ID. So whenever if I click any one of the account name now, we are going to give a request called your account details request. And along with that account details request, we are going to pass its related account ID we are passing actually. And we are passing the account ID as a parameter we are going to pass it. So we are going to retrieve the parameter with the help of an annotation called
Request param.
request param annotation. And what is the name of the parameter?
Number.
And we are going to store the parameter into a variable called
ID.
Yes. Now what I want to do with this ID, I want to fetch a single
Account.
So where I want to fetch that single account from?
Accounts hyphen consumer.
No. Where I want to fetch it from?
Database.
Okay. And which application is responsible for communicating with the database?
Accounts hyphen consumer.
So now everyone go to your account consumer account controller program. Okay. So what request I have to call in this particular program?
Slash account slash
Slash accounts, and we want to pass which one? We are going to pass ID as what?
Parameter.
It is not parameter. It is what?
Query string.
No.
path variable.
Path variable. Here we are passing as a path variable. So you see the difference between path variable and parameter now. If you pass it between your question mark and ampersand, it is called as
Request param.
parameter. And we are going to access the parameter with the help of request param. But here we are passing along with the URL between your curly brace. It is called as what?
Path variable.
Path variable. Okay, it is called as your path variable. So now here we are going to access the request called as your slash accounts, and along with that accounts we are going to pass what? ID as a path variable. We are going to pass it. Now come to your controller program. Controller program. So how I can able to communicate from one service to another service?
Using a REST template class.
REST template dot. So we have to call which method?
Get for object.
Get for object, because we are going only, and get request we are accessing. Get for object. And what will be the first parameter would be?
URL.
http:// accounts hyphen consumer. So we are accessing what request we are accessing?
Slash account slash
accounts. Yeah, slash account slash curly brace ID. Slash account slash curly brace ID. Okay. So the second parameter, what is your second parameter will be?
Return type.
So here it will be returning what it will be returning?
Account object.
How many account object?
Single.
So defined as account.class. Previously it is returning multiple, so we are defining as an account array. But now we are returning a single object, so we are defining account.class, comma, the third parameter. What parameter we are passing?
ID.
Comma, ID. So we have to pass your parameter as an ID, we have to pass it. So you have to define comma, ID. Increase your font a little bit. Increase your font, Weber.
Yes.
Finished, guys, everyone? Finished, everyone? Okay. So now this particular object will be returning what it will be returning?
Account object.
Single account object will be returning. So give account ACC is equal. Account ACC equal to REST template.get for object. Account ACC is equal to REST template.get object. Okay. Now we got one account. We got it. So how I can able to transfer this one account from a controller program to a JSP program?
Model
map. So define the second argument as model map. The second argument is model map. So now we call map.add attribute of account, ACC. So now this REST template.get for object will be returning a single account. It will be returning. Now I want to transfer the single account from the HTML, from the controller program to the JSP program. So we define a model attribute and we call map.add attribute, and we store that single account ACC into an attribute called as
account.
Finally, return account detail. Return account detail. Finished, guys, everyone till this?
Yes, sir.
So what is the account detail will be represented as?
JSP page.
So now everyone in your views folder create a JSP page called account detail.jsp. In your views folder create a JSP page called account detail.jsp. In your views folder create a JSP page called account detail.jsp. Created, guys? Okay. Now copy that link tag and paste it. And give the title as account detail. Copy the link tag and paste it and give the title as account detail. Copy the link tag and paste it and give the title as account detail. Copy the link tag and paste it and give the title as account detail.
Can you share once again account controller?
You open your account controller.
Can you move to right side, Vaibhav?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you, Vaibhav. Thank you.
Okay, so now in this program, I want to display the single account detail I want to display. So where we have kept all the single account detail in the chat attribute, we kept it
Account attribute.
account attribute. So now I'm going to print that account information. I'm going to print it actually. So go to the chat window, copy the code and paste it. And format it. Copy the code and paste it and format it. Okay, again inside the body tag we created a container image we created, come down. So we created two hyperlink we created. One is home hyperlink and another one is accounts hyperlink. If I click the home hyperlink now, what is the request we're giving? Slash. It will open index.jsp page. If I click the accounts hyperlink now, what it will be going? We are giving a request for account list. So it will display all the accounts information. It will be displayed. And finally, each account detail I'm printing account detail. So where we store all the account detail into an attribute called as
Account attribute.
account attribute. So we are printing account.id, account.name, account.type, and account.amount. So we have, if I click one name now, it will display all the information about that particular name. It will be displaying. What is the type? What is the amount? What is the ID? What is your under name? Everything it will be displaying. Got it now?
Yes, sir.
So now terminate your account web client application alone. Restart it and run it. Terminate your account web client application alone. Restart it and run it. Terminate your account web client application alone. Restart your application and run it. And click any one of the name. Is it displaying all the informations?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think image is not coming up.
In details.
Yes, sir. After
Why the image is not coming? Because image is produced with the help of a tag called C code and URL. So we must what?
Taglib.
Taglib. So copy the taglib and paste. Copy the taglib and paste in your account detail.jsp also. Now try it. Copy the taglib also and try it.
so again, I have to stop the application and work on it. No
Not
need, right?
necessarily try it. I think it will be. Then stop it and try. Stop it and run. Terminate it and run. Is it displaying each individual information, guys? Whenever you
Yes,
click
sir.
on each name.
Yes, sir.
Finished, guys, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll continue on the Monday session. Right now, we have done with your fetching the data, but we didn't do with your insertion of your data. On Monday session, we'll do with your insertion of data. Okay.
So just check I'm getting any some.
Share your screen. Share your screen. Where is your consumer application?
I just now stopped it.
Run it. Itashni working?
Actually, internet issue here, sir. So in between.
Sir, I'm getting.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So try to complete it. If you have any problem now, try to rectify it. On our Monday session, it should be working. Both the things it should be working.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, guys. We'll meet on Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.